Jai Hind. Dear students, in this lecture of human computer interface design, we are going to discuss about the software tools. Software tools, basically we are aware about the interface design. So interface designing is not a so simple task. Many of effort of the many affairs are involved in the interface designing. So in the overcome of that efforts, we have to come to uh, about the use of the software tools in development of the interface. So firstly, we have to have some awareness about the use of user interface software tools, that this users interface software is so difficult task, right? So how you know about the liking of the users and how you can present the information as per the users requirement or the user liking, it is a very difficult task, right? So people have a lot of work, done about a lot of work to gain ease in developing, right? So long time efforts are involved in creating tools to help with the developers in the design. So today many of these tools and ideas have progressed from the research, and they are commercially used in systems, and their effectiveness has been employed as demonstrated in today's interfaces. Like there is no age bar, younger as well as older pupils are using very effectively the screen. Using of screen is not a complex task due to easy interface available in the various applications. So research systems also continue to evolve quickly, and the models that were popular and after 5 year ago, and now they have been obsolete. So this continuous efforts and research are going on, how the use of a screen can be make simpler and easy. The effort and the utility and the effectiveness of the screen is increasing day by day. That's the reason the popular tools and technology that were very popular 5 year ago, and now they are obsoletes. And we know when one particular tool is obsolete nowadays, many tools come into the picture for the use of the people, and the tools claiming that they are doing better, that you are better than the previously used tools by you. So on the basis of that, you there is a huge trade off between the available tools, which is better than which, right? For example, if 5 year ago the open look tools was very popular in the interface design, nowadays open look tools is obsolete, and very emergence of new styles like pin based computing multimedia devices tools are very popular, right? So what are the components of user interface software, right? As shown in the figure, the interface software may be divided into various layers, right? If we study in the terms of layers of the software components, it will easy to understand, and it will be helpful and easier for working with these particular components, right? So first component of the interface design is windowing system, then toolkit, then higher level of tools, and these components will work between the operating system and the application, right? So these tools will be used as a layer by layer, and will ease for the developer to develop a user friendly interface. So now the what should UI architect needs and what should he or she supposed to understand before going to use these software tools. So user interfaces should be reliable, standard, safe, inexpensive and effective, right, widely acceptable and build on the predictable schedule. These are the expectations from the any user interface. Should be reliable, should follow some standard and safe for the user transactions or user task, inexpensive and it should be effective. User should not face hassle while using the particular interface and should be widely acceptable, and wide range of users must be incorporated or widely accepted your interface and build on the predictable schedule. It is it should be developed in time based manner, right? Whatever you decided, whatever you may prepare a schedule, that schedule must be follows, right? Software tools helps to achieve these kind of expectations that we have from the any user interface. So this is the power of software tools or help of the software tools to the developer to achieve these particular expectations or goals from the any user interface, right? So what should UI architect needs? Simple and quick methods of sketching UIs, right? User so user UI architect need to understand they must have very simple and quick methods of sketching UI. They should not waste in designing the simple or architect or the UI. Precise methods for working out details with the client, for coordinating with team members and for telling the developers what to do. So UI architect needs to develop some methodology that will timely interact with the client, and after coordination with their team members they must be able to tell developers that what user wants and what they should supposed to do in development of UI. So software tools, there are three sets of tools are available. First one is UI specification method, second is software tools to support design and software engineering, and third one is evaluation and critiquing tools. So these are three kinds of tools are available in the market that will help in developing of UI. First tool support in gathering the specification, second tool develop models, design software engineering various model helpful in the developing various software models, and third tools is used for uh, gathering the feedbacks and the many evaluation criterias that will helpful for the improvement in the system, right? So what we expected in specification methods, that should be in classification of menu selection, and that specification means menu selection and dialog box trees. So how the menus should be shown in the particular window or the graphical environment, so that the user can easily understand the architecture of the information, right? So the stakeholders of the project to complete the detailed coverage of the system. So high level relationship and low level details, right? Meaning with the visualization of menu designing or the diagram of the menu, the user must understand what they are interconnected in the system, how they are interconnected in the system, and how they can approach with the various field, right? So specification method helps in discovering inconsistencies, checks for completeness, redundancies, and the ambiguities of the system, right? Due to the intention of avoiding clutter, such trees are incomplete, right? So when you include more and more menus, that particular view of the menus will create clutter, and we do not show entire structure of possible user actions with the showing a diagram in the terms of interrelated menus. So what should we do? In some aspect, UI design, a precise specification of every uh, position is required, right? And B, in case of non-menu systems, there might be need to express the set of possible states and allowed transition. So better solution for enhance model or enhance visibility showing approach is the transition diagram, right? In transition diagram, what we do? In transition diagram typically is set of nodes, and nodes are called system states, and all the system states are linked together, and that link shows the transitions, right? And they are labeled with the name. Many specialized transitions diagram are available with the specific notations for specific application domains, e.g. word processing, e-commerce, or various application where we see the that particular transition diagram. What is the advantages of these transition diagrams? Can be effective for the following flow or actions and keeping track of the current state and options of the UI system, right? So easy reachability, and you are aware that there is a now dead end, right? And what are the disadvantages of using such kind of approach? Too complex with growing system complexity. There are too many steps that are unmanageable, right? There may be confusion, right? When many nodes needs to link to help, right, back and quit states, right? So that create poor representation, and there is concurrency and synchronization problem. So alternative transition diagram is, we should use state charts. State charts are more clear and more precise rather than transition diagram. So in state charts, we grouped various features in the nested form, offer extension of concurrency of synchronization, and offer extensions with data flow and constraint specification. And these state charts uses UML state charts diagrams, right? So now the benefits of, what are the benefits of using high level software tools in context of human computer interface? So first, user interface independence. We achieve user interface independency. That's our, what are the internals that we have designed, it doesn't interfere with the design of the interface, right? Interface design is separate and internals design of the particular system is different, right? So it provides us flexibility, right? So we can improve day by day, or as per improvement of understanding, we are able to enhance our interface time to time without disturbing the internals of the system, right? Enables multiple user interface strategy in the multiple platform support, establish role of UI architects, enforce standard methodology and notations, develop design procedures, find ways to talk about design, create project management. So basically what we are getting from the software tools. First is user interface independence, and second is methodology and notations that are common with, we are following some standard. Third achievement we have gained by with the use of software tools, that is rapid prototyping, right? So now we are able to show the our model with to the client rapidly. In every stage of designing, we can discuss with the client that the kindly see the model and give your feedback for the particular design, right? And fourth benefit of using software tools is software supports, right, that increase productivity, offer constraint and consistency checks, facilitate team approach and easy maintenance, right? Now we come to the interface mockup tools. Main purpose, what is the main purpose of interface mockup tool? Create quick sketches during early design to explore multiple alternative facility, easily communicate with the user in the early stage of the design. Very important also in pre-contract phase, right? We can use slideshow, macromedia director, dreamweaver, ms visual and jbuilder, vb, etc., to use to show our prototype with to the users. Depending on the approach, our tools either show simple slides on the screen or provide complete prototypes where user can navigate, click or scroll. User can see the initial stage of the product, how they provide functionality and how they will look like. They can interact with the system in initial stage. Now interface building tools also provide some software engineering procedures. Main purpose is the build and final product, right? With the use of tools, we can create a full product uh, as per the user requirement, and that can provide us user centric approach, and all the requirement can be fulfilled with the help of these tools. In earlier days, general purpose languages was used like Java, C++, were used to build UI from scratch. Today, this supported through software tools, APIs, and frameworks. That makes our developers' life very easy, and the finishing and effectiveness of the tools and also can be visualized in the current days of screens. Now we come to the classification of UI building tools. UI building tools are basically classified. Layer 1 in the terms of layers, layer 1 is windowing toolkit, layer 2 is GUI toolkit, and layer 3 is application frameworks, right, and specialized languages, and layer 4 is application layer. Application layer, basically we use the MVC pattern framework for the use of these tools. So windowing system layers, what is the role of windowing system layers, right? No widget available, right, need to draw manually, no event support encapsulated in objects, low level work required. Very initial level sketching is required, especially useful to for a new platform of a resources are expensive, right? Build the basis for higher level of layers. Performance very flexible, and what is the drawback of windowing system layer is require extensive programming, long learning time, offers little supports in and very less interactive tool and no visualization tool. So when a very low level work is required, no visualization is there. So this is the windowing system layers. And now GUI toolkit layer, this is the improved layers that we are using nowadays provide software libraries and widgets, various frames, dialog boxes, scroll bars, various menus, includes event encapsulation and all, and as a building block. So many interactive services and frameworks are available, whereas libraries are inbuilt to ease the developer task, right? So what are the advantages of GUI toolkit? It makes our life easy and things become very handy for the development purpose. So advantages are abstraction, short developments, and great flexibility that we provide for the interconnected development of interconnected menus. And what are the disadvantages? Possibly high learning time is required, because when we are developing a software, we need a training, right? Building and maintenance time is still high, no support for consistency, experienced programmer needed. Exactly. If you are going to develop a system, so people must have awareness about the tools and technology after they can go for development, right? So GUI toolkit are very easy, but they needs training, effective training and efforts for developments. So examples for toolkits are ilog, view, GTK, Java, AWT, swings, .NET, etc. Now application framework, what application framework says, software architect is specially designed for a building GUIs. And what are the idea behind the application framework is, many UI based programs have a similar structure, capture structure, translate it to classes, objects and methods, which can be then extended and reused. So application framework increases the reusability of the system that we have already done. We can further, if you are developing the similar kind of need, we have then fulfill with the use of earlierly developed tools, right? So these examples of Cocoa model, MFC and Macromedia directors. So interface building tools, specialized languages are here TCL, JavaScript in combination with HTML are basically specialized languages are used in UI development. And in application layer, interface generators, also called model based system or UI management system. Here visual tools that allow for most part of an application to be built with one tool and without coding. In application layer only drag and drop approach are used, and no coding is required, only but only available for a small class or application, right? So now we come to the discussion that how to select right tool for our need, right? So these are some various do's and don'ts in selecting the right tool for the fulfilling our need. So first is, obviously higher level of tools are more efficient, however they are most restricting as well and are costly. Finding the right tool is a trade off between 6 criterias, right? So we have to identify our need with these trade off, right? What we are needed and what we can sacrifice, that we have to decide. First thing is that which part of the application do you need to build using the tool. Second, how long can be learning time be, how much training is required for that particular tool, how long can building time to be, do you accept a methodology being imposed or rather advised, right? In is communication with other subsystem is required, do you need to consider extensively or modularity. So these are the 6 parameters that we have to identify in our project, and then we should decide which kind of tool, either a higher level of tools is required or simple basic tools that are enough for fulfilling our requirement. So build time tools, from simple spelling checks to more sophisticated tools that provide metrics reporting numbers of display visits history are even more advanced, right? So these kind of real time tools that you give some feedback and time how much you are using, like Toolies display analysis program. So how your screen going to consume users time, that you by using this tool you can analyze your tool and development with the help of these graphical UIs. So runtime logging softwares are, they are capture users pattern activity, right? They create a log that you are using, that for particular opening a file or clicking somewhere else, some dialog appears and help innovation that are being captured, and that can be later on analyzed for the performance evaluation purpose, right? So these are the some prototyping languages like Java, applet languages, and tool command languages, toolkit and scripting languages. So toolkit and languages means toolkit provides UI widgets that can be used for development of the application, right? So prototyping language also allows the rapid development of the prototype application, but trade-off can entail trade-offs. So so many tools and techniques and various languages are available. So you, a developer, must have to choose the particular tools and technology as per their requirement. Thank you.